In this box, I have the cheapest Shimano Baitcaster available. Trash or treasure? Let's find out. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys exactly how I do things when it comes to spooling up a new baitcaster. Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Today, I'm gonna be taking a look at the $80 Shimano Baitcaster. Just got this box delivered from Tackle Warehouse, and this is a reel that I've never seen before, never had my hands on before. It's a new reel to me. The $80 Shimano Baitcaster, and I'm interested to see how this thing looks and feels. I'm gonna unbox it, give you guys my first impressions of the reel, and then we're gonna mount it to a rod, get it spooled up with some line, and then I'm gonna add it to my fishing arsenal and start putting it through the paces here on the channel. Really quick, I want to mention, if you didn't see my last video where I showed you guys some of the new stuff coming from 6th Sense, including this new Finesse A-Rig, go check that out. There was a ton of heat in that video, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Some unreleased, never before seen baits that I showed on camera for the first time ever. One video back here on the channel. Thank you to everybody that is already watched and that is tuning in and engaging with that video. It's cracking off, so thank you guys. Let's get off into the unboxing. Blaze, no, but let's get off into the unboxing. I'm gonna be using my Berg Blades bottle butcher to unbox this package today. And really quick, I wanna mention that my friend Matt from Berg Blades sent me 2 bottle butchers, and we're gonna be doing a giveaway on Instagram for these. Absolutely free to enter. Just follow me at the... Hey Blaze, chill, dude. Absolutely free to enter. Just follow me over on Instagram at the Justin Royal if you want to get in on this giveaway. My dog's over here with this squeaky toy. I'm gonna have to take that away from him because it's gonna drive me nuts while I'm trying to film this video. Come here, let me see this. I gotta take your Rudolph away, bro. I'm sorry. I know. Come here. Come up here. Say hi to everybody. It's my Dutch Shepherd Blaze, and he likes to interrupt the videos and help with the unboxings, and I'm sure he will find 11 or 12 other things to get into over the course of me trying to shoot this video. But I gotta do the hard thing and take my boy's toy away for now. You just hang out, okay, buddy? Just hang out, be cool. As I was saying, follow me on Instagram at the Justin Royal if you want to get in on the Bottle Butcher giveaway, where I will be giving away one of these awesome pieces of EDC gear. This ain't no middle of the mall shit. All right, this is some high quality heater cutlery, and I'm stoked to give a couple of these bottle butchers away to some of you guys. But let's get off into this unboxing. I actually have 2 reels in here, but we're only gonna be taking a look at one today, the cheaper of the 2. Both of these reels I've never had before. I have a bunch of Shimanos. If you guys watched my recent full rod and reel arsenal video, then you already know I have a ton of Shimano fishing reels from across the entire line of Shimano, but I don't have the 2 that are in here. I made it a point when I was ordering reels this time to get 2 that we've never seen before. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna take a look at the cheapest, as far as I know, Shimano Baitcaster available, at least on Tackle Warehouse. That is the Shimano Caius, or Caius, or Caius, or Caius, or some other pronunciation that I'm unaware of, because English is my first language, and Shimano has all these funny names for their reels, and a lot of times you guys like to correct me down in the comments about how I'm pronouncing them wrong. I do have another reel in here. It's another one that we've never seen before here on the channel. I'm gonna set it off to the side. Subscribe if you want to see what it is. We're gonna be doing a similar type of video for this reel, but today we're gonna be taking a look at the Caius. The Caius. Caius. I think it's Caius. Man, I don't know. This one, the $80 Shimano Baitcaster. So you guys know the deal. When I do my reel unboxings, I like to give you guys sort of the first look. So I'm gonna do that right now. I can only see into the viewfinder on the camera. Let's take a look here. I heard Shimano stopped putting reel oil in their boxes. I don't know what this is. There's a little peek at it. I'll take a little peek at it. Looks pretty cool. I like that gunmetal color. I threw that cardboard. Blaze already has it in his mouth. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come show. Oh, he dropped it. All right. Whoa, check this out. It has like a pretty cool little finish on the top of the reel there. You see that? It's sort of like a bronze gunmetal flake type thing going on. Let you guys get first up close and personal look at the $80 Shimano. I really like the way this thing looks so far. Let's roll that tension off, roll that drag off, roll those brakes off wherever they are. Are there brakes? I don't know. I don't even think, there may not even be adjustable brakes on this. Wow. I don't know. I'll be honest, it doesn't feel as smooth as some of my other Shimanos, especially not the high-end stuff, but that's to be expected, right? This is a budget-friendly baitcaster from one of the best reel manufacturers on the planet. My favorite reel company, Shimano. I love Shimanos. I love the way they fit in the hand, the ergonomics, the performance. I have some Shimano Cerados and Cerado DCs that I've had for literally over 5 years and never done like any maintenance to them, and they're still running strong. This one, you can tell, is a little bit more, it just feels a little bit more, I don't know if I would say gummy or gritty, but it's not bad. It's smooth. It's a baitcaster. All right, this is the 7.2 to 1 Shimano Caius. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Tension's off, drag is off. I don't see an external brake adjustment on this thing, but we can open the side. Take this side plate off, and we can have a look at, okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 internal brake switches here. And it looks like you've got 3 up and 3 down. Chill. So you can, loosen it up if you want to. I'm going to leave them how it is out of the box for now. There's one more look at that thing. It looks really nice. I like the visual stylings of it, man. It's pretty simple. The side of it looks kind of aggressive. And looks do matter. Looks are cool, man. How cool something looks, I like that. I'm into that type of stuff, how a reel looks on a rod is not the most important thing in the world. In fact, it doesn't really matter at all when it comes to fishing, but it is something that I pay attention to. This reel looks pretty freaking sweet. Feels smooth enough, but it's definitely not just taking off, turning and burning like some of your other Shimano reels. I have the tension all the way off and the drag all the way loose. But that's okay. I don't need it to be the best reel in the world, and for 80 bucks, I didn't expect it to be. What I did expect was a budget-friendly, entry-level reel that can help the angler on a budget get into throwing Shimano baitcasters. And I feel like so far, it meets the mark. Let's talk a little bit about what Shimano has to say about this reel. This is straight from Tackle Warehouse website. VBS braking system, variable brake system to apply centrifugal force for improved casting performance, as well as a super free spool to reduce friction, eliminate backlash, and ensure smooth retrieves. Crafted with a thin-walled aluminum S3D spool, the ergonomic Caius minimizes vibration and maximizes casting distance, allowing you to cover water efficiently and with comfort. With its top-notch features and upgraded design, the Shimano Caius casting reel offers loads of quality, yet a low barrier of entry for anglers seeking a high-performance baitcaster at a reasonable price. VBS braking system, super free spool, lightweight compact body. That's pretty much all it says about this thing. So you're not getting the MGL spool, you're not getting the SVS Infinity braking technology. You're getting an entry-level, reasonably priced baitcaster for $80, and it looks pretty freaking sick. So, all right, buddy, you got to go inside. Go. All right, had to put the dog inside so he could squeak away in there. When it comes to pairing this $80 Shimano up with a rod, I've had this tube of rods sitting over in the corner of my garage for a while now, and I've been waiting for the opportunity to open them on camera with you guys. So I'm gonna crack off into the tube and I'm gonna pull a rod out of here to pair this reel up with. I'm not quite sure which way I wanna go. I was considering putting braid on here. I throw fluorocarbon for like 90% of my stuff. I have a few reels with braid for like top water, but other than that, I'm like a fluorocarbon guy. So I was thinking fluorocarbon might be the way. I don't know. I feel like braid, I don't know, it's a little bit more forgiving. Cast smoother. It can also be easier to like get undone if you backlash. Putting expensive fluorocarbon on a reel like this may not be the best move, but I'm still undecided, so I'm gonna think about that a little bit more while we do this. I honestly don't remember what all rods are in this tube because it's been a minute since I got it delivered, but I know there's some familiar players in here you guys are gonna see. You probably already know. If you think you know what rods are in this tube, drop me a comment right now. Waiting. All right, did you get your guess in? Surprise, surprise. Come on now, old son. They're freaking stacked in there. Dude, they are crammed in. All right, surprise, surprise. It's a bunch of heaters. Whoa, that was loud. Okay, we got a bundle of heaters right here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what all we got. Use this bottle butcher to slice through some of this wrapping really quick. Unleash the fury, Mitch. Unleash the fury. We're almost there. All right, here we go, here we go. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Let's check them out. I'll just show them all to you guys, why not? First up, probably my favorite out of the lineup. The 6'9" medium moderate heater series rod. Probably my most used, got a couple of those in there. 1-2 buckle my shoe on the 6'9". I also have a 7-foot medium fast spinning heater that I'm gonna pair up with this other Shimano reel that was sent into the channel by my friend Brian. So we'll do that in a future video. Subscribe if you wanna see it. Ho! I'm busting baits off the tackle wall and everything. I got a 7.5 heavy fast heater. And I think this one's a candidate. I might put this $80 Shimano on a 7.5 heavy fast and rig it up with straight braid. I think that's the direction that I'm leaning toward right now in my head, but let's take a look at the rest of these. I got another 7.8 extra heavy swim bait heater. If you guys want to see all these rods out of the packaging, I did a full rod and reel arsenal video, as mentioned earlier. It's here on the channel. Go check it out. 7.4 medium heavy mod fast heater series swim jig rod. Got 2 of those as well. So that's where we're at. I'm in between the 7.5 and the 7.4 for this reel. I don't know which way I should go. I'm undecided, but I think since I have 2 of the 7.4s, we'll just go with that for now. We'll throw it on a swim jig heater. The good thing about fishing rods and reels is you can always reconfigure them at a later date. Now, if you guys don't know about the heater series, I'm sure a lot of you do, but the heater series is my signature line of fishing rods that I worked with 6th Sense to create. And I absolutely love the way they turned out. A lot of you guys out there that have the heater series that fish with them, I've got nothing but awesome feedback. So many people out there fishing with the heaters, and that means the absolute world to me. The fact that you guys trust your fish to a rod that I helped design and create is such a special thing to me, man, to know that you guys are out there slaying dragons with the heaters. It means the world. So thank you to everybody that's ever picked up a heater series. 6thsensefishing.com, JR10 for 10% off. That's $15 off the total price of your heater if you choose to try one. And these things are awesome. You got the EVA foam split grip handle. Really cool designs. Got the heater logo on there. This one is one of my favorites, a 7.4 medium heavy mod fast. I designed it to throw things like the swim jig or a chatterbait, but it's really versatile. I throw Texas rigs on it. I do a lot with this rod. It's got this cool little colored section right here with the 6th Sense logo. Fuji guides. I mean, these things are workhorses. I fully believe in and trust these rods. They're the same rods that I use out there on my boat every time I'm on the water. And if you pick one up and you try it, I think you'll love it too. But let's go ahead and get this freaking $80 Shimano mounted up to this 7.4 medium heavy mod fast heater and see what it looks like laced up on the 7.4 medium heavy mod fast heater series. Check that out, dude. It looks pretty sick. I love that little kind of, you know, this little detail that they threw in there. Just a little bit different coloring on the reel. Looks good. Nice. Now I'm still going back and forth in my head on whether or not I want to put braid or fluorocarbon on this thing. Braid or fluorocarbon. I fish fluorocarbon way more, but I feel like the braid is gonna like cast smoother on this reel for whatever reason. I love the way braid feels, you know, on a cast. And also the risk of blowing up my expensive fluorocarbon on a reel that I've never personally tested before and I don't know anything about. That's there. That could happen. You guys think I should do? I know you can't give me real-time feedback as I film this, but I'd love to know in the comments, what would you put on here? Braid or fluorocarbon? All right, I'm doing it. We're doing it live. We're not live, but we're doing it live. I'm gonna go with the braid. For whatever reason, I'm just feeling the braid. Let's do that. Now, every time I talk about fishing line here on the channel, I get people asking me what line I use. I've talked about what type of fluorocarbon I use in that rod and reel arsenal video, but I took a chance recently and I bought some more budget-friendly braid. Fishing line is so expensive. It's like the least glamorous, the least sexy thing that you have to spend money on when it comes to fishing. And man, that fluorocarbon is just expensive. Braid is expensive. I love Power Pro V2 Super Slick braid, but just for one small spool of that stuff, it can get really pricey. So I took a chance and I've been trying this cheap braid that I found on Amazon, Reaction Tackle High Performance Fishing Gear, low vis gray, super strong 100% PE braid. And in the name of keeping things budget friendly, I'm gonna put this really friendly, economically priced braid onto this $80 Shimano. So let's do that. I've done a bunch of rod and reel setup, spooling videos here on the channel, but I haven't done one in a while and I haven't done a reel unboxing in a good while. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys exactly how I do things when it comes to spooling up a new baitcaster. The first step you've already seen me complete. I always mount the reel up to a rod when I'm doing this. I know they have a bunch of gizmos and gadgets out there that can help you spool up your baitcaster with or without it being mounted to a rod, but this is the way I like to do it. And the first thing I do is I feed the line through every guide on the rod, because that is gonna help me keep tension on the line as I'm spooling it onto the reel, and that is gonna enable me to get a nice even spool. I have one of those little gadgets and gizmos that I was talking about mounted up to this little side table over here. It's just a cheap spooling setup that I got off of Amazon, and I'm gonna use it to put this braid on this $80 Shimano. But there's one more look at it, bare bones, with no line, mounted up to the 7.4 medium heavy heater. Fire. I think it looks pretty good, man. You guys let me know what you think. Let's get it freaking spooled up, dude. Might as well show you guys this little gizmo I was talking about. So this is my cheap Amazon line spooler. It's got the little piece of hardware here, a spring. Then you put this little tapered piece right there. Then you get your spool of braid. Put it on just like that. Try not to let it come totally undone while you're doing this. You put your other little tapered piece right there, the other spring right there, and then you got that other piece of hardware that goes on right here. Tighten it down. You want it spinning, but you don't want it spinning too freely. Like I said, keeping the tension on the line is extremely important. Another thing that's important is spooling your reel up all the way to maximum capacity. That is going to enable maximum performance, because the reel was designed by Shimano to be run with a full spool of line. It's gonna change your gear ratio the less line you put on it. It's gonna change the torque and throw things out of whack if you're out there fishing with half a spool of line. So make sure you fill it up all the way. That's a little pro tip that I got for you, or a little amateur tip, something that I've noticed. I highly recommend making sure you have a full spool, maximum capacity. All right, I'm gonna clamp this thing down to the table over here, and we're gonna start doing the fun part. I'm over here putting the line through the line guides, dude. Stand by. And I'm whistling Sesame Street. All right, I got the line fed through every line guide on the rod. Now I'm gonna feed the line through the line guide on the reel. Sometimes they have skeletonized spool and sometimes they don't. In this one, I don't know how well you guys can see, it just has a little divot in there for your knot to sit in. So normally I like to run a backing, but since this reel is a cheaper reel and I'm not too worried about it getting sticky, having a little piece of tape on the reel is gonna be no issue. But if you are gonna be running straight braid, you either wanna have a backing, like a monofilament backing on your reel, or you wanna put a little layer of electrical tape. So in order to save some time here, I also don't have any cheap mono in here. I'm just gonna put one little layer of electrical tape and I'm gonna tie the braid directly to that. This is something I've got away from doing because I prefer running a backing, but I think on this $80 Shimano, it'll be okay. If I can find the end of this freaking electrical tape. All right. So the reason I'm doing this, if I don't put this layer of tape on this non-skeletonized spool, the spool's not skeletonized. So what I mean by that is there's no holes in the arbor to feed the line through and tie the braid directly to the spool securely. So since it just has to go around and that spool is so smooth, once you put pressure on a fish, that arbor or the spool will just spin inside of that braid and the whole stack of braid will just, it'll feel like your reel's broken. You won't even be able to retrieve. So it's very important to either run a backing or put just one little layer of electrical tape on there. That works too. I wish this spool was skeletonized directly from the factory, but it's not. So I gotta do what I gotta do. So there we go. One single layer of electrical tape around the arbor or spool is gonna give that braid something to bite into, and it's gonna keep it from spinning. So now, all I have to do is feed my braid through the line guide on the reel. And now I kind of gotta do the old rope-a-dope and see if I can get the braid around the spool. A lot of times what I like to do is just go straight down out the bottom of the reel till I can grab it right here. And then I'll go back up through that same opening and kind of just fish it around. Kind of gotta mess with it a little bit. Sometimes you can do it quickly, sometimes it takes a minute. That was pretty easy. As you can see, I have the braid coming back out the front of the reel. Now I'm just gonna come straight up through here. It's hard for me to film this while I'm doing it, but you guys get the idea. I'm just fishing this braid around the spool, and there we go. Didn't take long at all. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tie an arbor knot, which is an extremely simple knot. I'm not the best at teaching people how to tie knots, and it's tough to film the knot tying process with the camera up there on the tripod. So I'm just gonna tie an arbor knot. You guys can look up how to tie that. It's a really elementary, simple type of knot. You just pretty much tie one single knot around your line, and there you go, done. I've quickly tied an arbor knot, and now I'm going to tighten it down, and I'm gonna try to get that knot to sit right on that little divot that I showed you guys on the spool, if I can find it. All right. Tighten that down, and then once I get it really cinched down, something I like to do is just tie one more single overhand knot on top of the arbor knot just for added security. So there's that. I'll clip my tag, and if I've done this properly, I should be able to tighten my drag down and get this spool up without that braid spinning around that spool. So let's do it. Here we go. We're rocking and rolling, boys and girls. Somebody got onto me in the comments and said, hey, there are ladies watching. So shout outs to all my female viewers out there, my female anglers watching the channel. All right, so I've got sufficient pressure on the line at all times while I'm doing this. Tip of my rod is bent just slightly. It shouldn't be just loosey-goosey, you know? You want it kind of tight, and that's gonna help this thing feed on here evenly, perfectly, without error. Sometimes people will say, hey, my line is spooling up all the way to one side of the reel, or why is it thicker on this side or the other? I'm having issues while I'm spooling up the reel. That's probably because you don't have this type of pressure. It should feel kind of like you're fighting in a really small fish, like you're fighting in a bluegill. Heck yeah, dude. We're about to have a fully set up $80 Shimano. And then something I could do if I wanted to use this for something other than like top water, which is what I have in mind right now, is I could just tie on a leader. I could run braid to leader, no problem. And remember what I said earlier about filling this thing all the way up to the top. Max capacity. This is a 150 size spool, so I'm gonna go all the way with her. There we go. That's about it. That's about done. You guys can see that right there. Some fresh, cheap Amazon braid on my cheap, reasonably cheap, $80 Shimano Baitcaster. Sick, dude. The Shimano Caius. All right, I'm gonna tighten my spool tension down just a little bit, prevent backlashes while I'm here messing around. And I got an idea for what bait I want to put on here. It's the new 6 Sense Scramble prop style bait in this awesome bone color with those scales. Awesome, dude. Haven't had a chance to fish this bait yet. Waiting for the weather to get right. We'll be out there throwing this new 6 Sense bait before you know it. And I know a lot of people like to use a Palomar knot on their braid. I'll tell you, man, you guys have heard me talk about the San Diego Jam here in the past, and it works on braid too. You're about to see me cinch it down. Boom. San Diego Jam tied straight to my Scramble 106. Tug on that tagline. That knot will not fail. That knot will not fail. Boom. There it is, dudes. There it is. This thing is freaking ready for the water. All right. Get that there. And then we'll go ahead and turn this around. All right. Let's take a look at it. There it is, man. The $80 Shimano on the new 7.4 medium heavy mod fast heater with the Scramble 106. What do you guys think, man? Let me know. Would you pick one of these up to try? If you're looking to get into baitcasters, this could be the option for you, especially if you're on a budget. $80 for a Shimano. Feels smooth enough, man. I'm gonna play with it for a minute. Let's see what happens here. Roll that tension off. Yeah, dude, that's nice. Pull that drag back. I do like to fish with my drag like locked down, especially on top water. So I'll have that drag pretty freaking tight. Might get in there and play with those brakes on the internals a little bit. But there it is, man. The Shimano Caius. I'll keep you guys posted. Subscribe to the channel if you want to, hear my thoughts on this reel out there on the water. I'll probably talk about it in a on the water fishing video. That's generally what I do. As I'm fishing and I'm catching fish, whatever gear that I'm using in the moment, I try to give you guys a breakdown. So that's what's gonna happen with this. I'll be out there fishing with it, and I'll tell you guys in the moment what I think. 7.2 to 1, $80 Shimano Caius, Shimano. I don't know, man. Sometimes the Shimano names end up pulling a little trickery on me. But that right there is not a bad setup, dude. That's not a bad setup. It feels good. I can tell you I'm gonna be able to bomb this topwater out there with this straight braid. A little bit of electrical tape. You don't always have to go fancy with the backing. Plus, with the 150 size spool, it enables you to, have a little bit more casting distance, a little bit more line on there before getting down into your backing. I have reels that I have electrical tape on in my lineup, and I have reels that I have a backing on in my lineup as well. This right here, man, the $80 Shimano. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. Let's get a little thumbnail. The $80 Shimano. All right, man, there it is. Quick little reel unboxing, first impressions, spooling. Took a look at some new rods. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to get in on the Berg Blades giveaway. Super cool piece of tackle, EDC gear, everyday carry. Comes with a little Kydex sheath like this. So you can just freaking sheath it up, throw it on your keychain, throw it in your pocket. It's also called the Bottle Butcher because it has this little bottle opener notch right here. So if you want to crack some cold ones with the boys, you can do that. I don't drink beers, but if you needed to get a bottle open, the Bottle Butcher was designed specifically to help you do that. I use these for all my unboxing videos and I love them. They're high quality cutlery. It ain't no middle of the mall shit. At the Justin Royal on Instagram to get in on the giveaway. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see the other reel that's in that Tackle Warehouse box. I'm gonna be doing the same sort of thing. I think we'll go with fluorocarbon on that reel. Spoiler alert, it's another Shimano that I've never held before, never seen before. It's a new Shimano that they recently came out with, and I'm looking forward to giving you guys the glimpse and the first impressions and the entire rod, rigging, and spooling process on that reel as well. But hopefully you enjoyed this quick little unboxing, rod spooling with the $80 Shimano Caius with the freaking bronze gunmetal accents, straight 50-pound braid, 7.4 medium heavy mod fast heater with the new Scramble 106 from 6 Sense Fishing. You guys check out my heater series rods and all the 6 Sense heaters that you see back here on the tackle wall on 6sensefishing.com and use my code JR10 for 10% off everything on the website. If you use my code, please take a screenshot of your order confirmation and DM it to me on Instagram, Facebook, email it to me, get it to me however you can get it to me, and I will post it up, tag your social medias, give you a public thank you. It's just a way for me to give you some recognition for helping us keep this whole thing running. And a massive thank you and shout outs to the almighty Heater Army. Those are the names that you see right here on the screen. These people go out of their way and support the channel on a monthly basis by being channel members. And we could not do this without the Heater Army or the JR10 Army. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this rod and reel unboxing video. But that's about all I got for you today. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now and I will see you on the next one. I'm ready to go fish with this sucker, man. Too bad it's 29 degrees outside. I'd go throw some top water right now. Might do it anyway.